Hey everybody, I'm Robin.
I'm Cathy.
And we come to you today to kind of be doing something serious. As you know, the coronavirus is upon us and everyone is busy making surgical masks for hospitals, healthcare providers, and we want to help. So first of all, we wanted to explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. As a nurse practitioner and a psychologist, we kind of have an idea of what is going on as far as the medical needs are. Dr. Laura Bick, a local surgeon and one of the customers here at the Cotton Blossom, has really helped us put together what we need to make these masks. But first I want to explain the differences between what we are making and what people are using on the front lines. So when we take care of patients with the coronavirus, we are using N95 masks, and that's very different. So an N95 mask looks like this, and this is used to protect the provider from the coronavirus. The healthcare workers ideally get fitted for these, and so they should be a perfect fit on the face. There is no way to recreate an N95 mask. It's got to be an airtight seal, and most healthcare providers go through training and get fitted for these so that they are sure before they get into that environment that these are going to work and they're going to be a perfect seal. So what we are creating is not an N95 mask, right?
What we're making is not going to protect a provider from the coronavirus.
Right.
So why are we making these?
Well, I'll tell you. It is to protect the patient. So a lot of surgical masks are used in patient care settings every day. Bandage changes, surgery, procedures. These masks get used at hospice, chemo, nursing homes. They get regular masks are used by nurses, respiratory technicians on lots of different occasions. Okay, so that is what we are considering is probably the greatest need at this point.
Because if people can get these donated, then they don't have to use the N95 masks except for the most urgent situations.
Exactly. So with that being said, we're going to show you two very easy ways to make masks. We've seen a lot of sewing tutorials, and Dr. Vic has made an excellent sewing tutorial, really good tutorial. I love embroidery, and so I can do things much faster and with an embroidery machine. So I've created a tutorial, and here at the Cotton Blossom we've created a pattern for making a mask in the hoop with an embroidery machine. What have you done?
I have made a mask on the SERGER because you know the SERGER can do things much more quickly sometimes than a sewing machine.
Yes.
And so this will be one I'll show you how to do on the SERGER.
All right, this is going to be really great, so y'all stay tuned. Here we are, we're going to make the embroidery mask and then we're going to make the surgical mask.
There you go. We're going to learn how to make a mask on the SERGER today. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to make the straps for the mask, and boy is it going to be fast. I'm going to tell you a super easy, super fast way to make straps for these caps. We're going to use the SERGER. We're going to use the 3/4 inch belt loop binder on the SERGER, and I'll show that to you in a minute. But before we do, we have to cut straps to run through this binder. It says on the package 7/8 inch wide straps, but guess what? I found out 1 inch works just as well. So when I realized that, I knew that I could use my stripology ruler to cut those strips in a fast way. So here's what I do. I'm going to take my fabric. Here's the fold up here, just like it comes off the bolt, the fold, and then there's the selvage down there, and I'm going to fold it in thirds. Just like that. Then I'm going to lay that stripology ruler on top of that folded fabric. I'm going to line up one of the lines. Can you see that black line right there? Lined up along the bottom. I'm going to take it and do kind of a cleanup cut right at the first line. You see how the blade goes down into that slit in the ruler. Zoom. I have now cleaned up my first edge. Now I'm going to go to the number 1 slit, and I'm going to slide my blade right in there. Cut 1, go into slit number 2, slit number 3, and so on all the way across. Look how many of those I could cut. There are 20 possibilities. I could cut 20 strips out of this one ruler. Look, perfectly clean, exactly 1 inch wide. You can't get better than that. So now all I have to do is take it to the serger and run it through the belt loop binder. To find the great tutorial on using the 3/4 inch belt loop binder, go to Gail Yellen's Serger Tip Clips on YouTube. Look for the one on using the belt loop binder. She gives you the whole 101 on how to use this. It's really easy. But I'm going to use it today to make these straps for the mask. So here's your strap. How fast was that? You can mass produce these things. I mean, with the belt loop binder and the stripology ruler, you're a machine. I showed you how to make those straps super fast. But let's say you have a 4-thread serger instead of an 8-thread serger. You can still make super fast straps. Let me show you. Same 1-inch long piece of fabric. I've folded it in half, and I'm going to take it to the serger, lay it down, and just serge along the edge. Super simple, could not be faster. I used a 4-thread overlock. You could use a 3-thread overlock, whatever you want, it works. So I showed you how to make the straps, one way on the 4-thread, one way on the 8-thread serger. Now we're going to make the main part of the mask. We start with 2 pieces of fabric 9 inches by 6 inches each. I've used a piece of flannel and a piece of quilting cotton. I'm going to lay them wrong sides together, and all I'm going to do is pleat them until they are 3 1/4 inches in height. The side should be 3 1/4 inches. That is a super simple thing to do. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect. There are no set measurements. We just want it to be 3 1/4 inches on the side. I've done that already over here, and I put wonder clips on there to hold it in place. I already know that's 3 1/4 inches. So I'm going to take it to the serger and serge around all the edges. First thing I'm going to do is serge the long edges of the mask. Now I'm going to serge the short edges, and I'm going to go from the edge of the fabric where the fold comes this way. That way the foot won't catch up under it like that. Right, now I'm going to sew the straps onto the side of the mask. You want the strap not to be right in the center, because the top part that goes across the top of the person's head needs to be longer than the side of the strap that goes around their neck. So I'm going to scooch it up a little bit so that this is shorter and that's longer. Let's take it to the sewing machine. You can use any stitch you want that's secure. You could use a straight stitch, a zigzag stitch, but I've chosen a stitch that's actually super secure because it's a running zigzag stitch. On my machine, it's number 1-13, and watch how it sews the zigzag side to side. Do you see how it goes? It's going da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Get to the end. I'm going to back up to secure it. Right, that strap is on. Let's get the next strap. And your mask is finished. Folks, this is not fine sewing. This is to save somebody's life. So we're not worried about how it looks, just that it works.
From those of us here at the Cotton Blossom, from our family to our staff to you, we hope that you stay safe. Please join us in prayer for our community and our healthcare workers, and we hope that these masks can make a difference in some people's lives.
Love your neighbor. Stay at home.